Hi YouTube family, how are you? This is Sharon calling from London, or Bazzy as most people like to call me that are close to me. It's just so lovely to be able to check in with you guys again for my second posting, and I hope I can be a bit of encouragement to you today. Um, Today, I had an interesting experience. I was trying to, first of all, by the way, greetings from sunny London. It is boiling hot here. Forgive me if I look like Sweaty Betty. I've been to the gym this afternoon. But I had to just stop and give God thanks and to thank God for you all, whoever's listening today, just to say and give you a word of encouragement. Today, I found myself looking for something, and it was the cover for a book. And it was a cover for a beautiful old Bible that was given to me years ago that somebody found that I'd forgotten. I didn't even realise I'd lost it. And when I found it, it meant so much to me because I was looking for something like it, a Bible like it, and it meant I didn't have to buy it. I didn't even remember I had it. I had this particular Bible. It was a beautiful leather-bound study Bible. Anyway, I thought I need a cover for it, and so sure enough, I went online looking for one, and lo and behold, I found a few, but I found one that had this verse on the front. And it said that he has made all things beautiful in its time, and he has set eternity in men's hearts. To read it properly, that's not the whole verse, but the bit that stuck out for me was he has made all things beautiful in its time. Why did that mean a lot to me? Because I don't know about you guys that are watching right now, but some people grow up in their lives never feeling as if they're good enough, never feeling as if they're pretty enough, handsome enough, clever enough. And if that feeling is allowed to continue and you can't shake it, it can really make you feel like an imposter when you have good things happen to you. I've heard people say, I feel like an imposter. I've heard great actors say that. They felt like they were imposters. And that's, why? Your gifts, and we have gifts, all of us, make room for us, but we often don't know that as kids. And if you've had a tough life maybe, or you've been abused in some way, put down, undermined, insulted, emotionally attacked, called ugly, been there, by a grown-up who should have been a father figure, but there we go. But, we've experienced things like that. You can find yourself going through life appearing to be confident on the outside, but actually on the inside, not quite feeling that way. But it's not God's will for us to go through life like that. He wants us to know how much he loves us. And that verse means a lot because after I was converted to my faith, which is when I was about 21 years old, change like I could not have imagined began to happen in my life. And it began within. I felt like a rebirth. I was reborn. I felt like I was changed. And I remember this verse was, I heard this verse being said to me, and I was with somebody that I love dearly, and I had to say goodbye to walk into this new path of mine that I was heading into, something I really, really loved. But I heard a voice I literally heard a voice whispering to me, come out from among them, be separated. You are royalty. I didn't know that was in the Bible. Yes. And it speaks about us being kings and priests, and people that love God are known as a sort of a priesthood. We are those that believe and those that serve him. Hence you have vicars, pastors, bishops, priests, that's the priesthood. But all those who love God and believe in God are called a priesthood. That's effectively what their roles are. But actually to be called royal when you come from humble beginnings, or life, you didn't start out in like that. It's like, me? But yeah, I heard this verse. I did not know that was in the Bible because I didn't know anything about the Bible, and I wasn't raised a Christian. I wasn't raised an unbeliever, but that I didn't come from a church background or from church family. Later on, God began to reveal why. And I had such a heart for women, and I loved everything to do with beauty. I loved to do things to do with beauty. I love doing people's hair. I just had this gift for doing people's hair. I was gifted at art. I was very good at art. I might have mentioned that, but I was good at that. And I qualified as a beauty therapist at some point in my life. I qualified as in hairdressing. I just seemed to like anything aesthetic. I loved interior design. I didn't go down that route, but it was one of the things I would have loved to have done. So, but a lot of what made me not sure of what specifically I was meant to be was that lack of of being assured of who I really was and who I was in the world. And looking, because I didn't have this great education like some people, I thought that, that negated me from being anything important. I wasn't a doctor. I didn't have a specific profession as such. I was a qualified secretary, PA, I was a trainee court reporter, but I wasn't an academic. And I literally thought that academics, that I was inferior to people like that. And that we should never do. And so I thought of a Bible character who was chosen to become the next king of Israel at the time in the Bible, ancient and great legendary king who's still in the scriptures today, which was King David. When he was chosen, he was not the first choice of the prophet that was sent to find him, to find the man that God had chosen to take over from King Saul, who became very deluded and very disobedient. And was David perfect? No. He was just a courageous kid who was really good at, I would say, being a shepherd and minding the flock, because the Bible talks about he would fight off bears and he would fight off lions. So he clearly had courage. But there was something about him that God went for, not his handsome brothers. And sure enough, that young man became a legend about whom many great movies have been made, and I'm sure more will be made, proving that it's not how we start, but it is how we finish. And that God has a plan and a purpose for us all, and he cares so very much about us. And so he makes all things beautiful in its time. And so pray, if you'd like me to pray for you, because maybe you're battling with your sense of your purpose or your self-worth, and you want God to show you, you might not even be a believer, but you really does he even care? Is he there? Does he care about me? Seems like the world is for the rich and not for the poor. There are so many inequities in the world, but that's because of man and our fallen nature, that we don't handle with wisdom what God has given us, this incredible planet. But God has touched so many people's lives, and there's so many amazing people out there making a difference, and they're not known. And I pray that whatever it is you have a heart to do, whatever you suffered, don't give up on your life. God cares, and he can make your life beautiful. He did it for me, and I'm still a work in progress. But compared to how my childhood was, wow, for me, I feel like Cinderella, who in the end, she got the prince. I'll leave it there. Bless you. Take care. Please like, comment and subscribe. If you didn't want to hear from me, I get it. But if you have any, prayer requests, and if you have any suggestions for anything I can assist you with in terms of any, stories you want me to share and perspectives on that, I'd be happy to. But for now, take care. Bye from London. Bye.